is Anna in Daily Juice. I am in Texas. Oh my goodness, it's been quite a day. I'm attending a conference. I'll show you a little bit of it outside here. Checking out a restaurant for tomorrow's event. I'm organizing a sort of a private dinner for a group of women. I have 50 people signed up for an evening tomorrow, sort of celebrating women in finances. So my event is called Finances in Heels. Hi John, thanks for joining. So I just came to the restaurant to check out the venue to make sure all is set, but I'm here for a conference. I'm in Dallas, and it was funny, it just rained like crazy the minute I got to the restaurant. So a bit of that Harvey hurricane, I think, is coming through. But I wanted to talk to you about, we're continuing our discussion about the 7 cures for the lean purse, right? Because we're still, believe it or not, I have my book with me. You'll be surprised, right? So The Richest Man in Babylon, and today's discussion is Cure 4, which talks about, let me just make sure I get the right page. It talks about guide thy treasure from the loss, right? So if I had to translate this into the modern terms of what that means, we have to protect our initial investment from losing it, right? That's like the whole idea of investing, is that at least, very, very least, you don't want to lose the principal that you invested to generate income. And I know that most of us have done those mistakes at one point in our life where we invested in something that sounded too good, didn't think through, and not only we didn't make any money, we didn't even get our own investment back. So my question and sort of thought for you, or advice for you today, is to think about what is it that you're investing in, right, that gives you that security of the principal. Because there's some investments that are not guaranteeing that, but are you investing in treasury bonds? Are you investing in stocks? Are you investing in real estate? I mean, there's a list goes on. Are you investing in gold and commodities? All of those different types of investments have different risks and probability of you actually getting your principal back, right? But the lesson that Arcot is teaching, so I'm trying to find a quote from the book. But so what he says is the first sound principle of investment is security, right? And that's what I'm trying to say, security of the principal. And so what he says is consult with wise men, right? If you don't understand how a certain investment works, you do not need to be investing. That's it. It's very simple. You don't even need me to tell you. If it's too complex for you to understand, if you cannot explain it to a 3-year-old, you have no business in investing in whatever that is, okay? So consult with wise man, secure the advice of experience and the profitable of handling that particular investment, right? And so, again, I remind you, I always go back to the basics as I'm trying to make my way through this book. We're halfway through. We've got to get our basics down, right? We'll get to investing at some point. Everybody has to, because there's no other way to grow our money. But at least let's understand that we need to be thinking long term, right? You can take risks, and I have clients who have what I call sandbox accounts, right? They like to pick certain stocks, or they like to just kind of play with things, and that's fine. But the majority of what you put your money into, and when you invest for the long term, has to be thought through. It has to be, it may not be as much return that we're talking about, but it has to be guaranteed for your principal to come back. So thanks for the hearts. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna head back to the hotel, but I will do a couple more videos tomorrow because I'm excited for this event. So like I mentioned earlier, organize a group of women who are doing what I'm doing, and I think there's lots for us to talk about as women are underrepresented. Hi Walter, thanks for joining. Women are, hi Sharon, women are underrepresented in this profession, so I'm trying to take a spin into a different direction. I mean, I'll tell you, so this conference is 350 attendees, and I think about 20% are women, and I'm trying to get all of them to come to our event tomorrow, so we have a big group. A little bit of bragging here, but I'm proud of the hard work I put in. So for you guys today, think about, and sometimes like before you even have any money to invest in anything that produces your dividends or interest or earns your income, invest in yourself. Like that's the most basic advice I can give to my clients. Interesting, I attended a whole day workshop today on student loans. Oh my God, my head is spinning, right? There's so much to learn. There's so much to understand about how student loans work. But it also made me realize that as a lot of people facing those challenges, and there are solutions that exist, but at the very basic, work on yourself, okay? Because you have control over that. There's nothing else, okay? There's nothing else you can control. So I'm gonna leave with that. Thank you so much for hopping on. Thanks, John. Yes, I'm excited. It's going to be a fun event. But please, please, please do think about where your investments are. And maybe you need to reposition some of them, right? Because we are investing for the long term. When I'm here for one day, this is not a short-term strategy. This is what I call in financial planning, buy and hold. And we're here to be for a long time. So thank you guys. I will see you tomorrow, and take care.